What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's see here. It's 6 o'clock. See what y'all doing. See what y'all getting into. See how much trouble y'all finna get me into. Deidre, what's going on? Good looking. How you been? Odessa, what's happening? What's happening? Hey, you can't be giving up my government name. Mika, what's up? What's happening? What's happening? How you been, stranger? What's up, Cinnamon? Long time no see, Mika and Deidre. Varshay, what's cracking lacking? I ain't seen you in a minute, world traveler. Been out there doing your thing, breaking hearts, I suppose. Alright, so now Leonard, what's good? What's good? Maurice, what's happening? What's happening? Kimmy, what's up? What's up? Hey, Orange is the New Black. Hey, that's a show full of women. Sean, what's good? What's good? Did you move? Varshay? I saw something that said you on wifey, dude. Oh snap! Somebody in trouble. You on the treadmill? Don't make you fall off. That's not on me. And you know what I'm saying? Don't have your insurance company looking for me for something I ain't do. So I'm assuming the sound is good. Y'all with me? Everything good? That's what's up. That's what's up, Varshay. Congrats. Varshay, Sean, y'all see at the top of the page now that y'all with me, there's a link. Right now, y'all cool, but I want y'all to come over to the show page. Varshay, you know better. But Sean, Deidre, Mick, I need for y'all to come on over to Random Thoughts with DVP so y'all can participate with the audience and like my page and leave me a review because I'm trying to get a couple of things so I can get a sponsor, so I can do this for free. Everything I'm asking y'all to do is for the free. So come on over to the little link. Yeah, what had happened was I understand. Come on over, hit the link at the top. Random Thoughts with DVP. Come on over to the show page. Make sure you like it and make sure that you leave me a review. What's up, beautiful? How are you, honey? How you been? You know the show just ain't the same without you. Miss Douglas, what's cracking lagging? I just put it again. But Varshay, you already know what the page is, don't it? Alright, so check this out. I got a few people here. It's 6:07, so I'm gonna give y'all my little update. Hold on. See, y'all got me going too fast. My script prompters ain't putting the cues up quick enough. Y'all know what it is. I got to start off with the infamous door. I ain't locked out. It's a bathroom. Y'all know what it is. It's been a pretty good week. Also, hold on. I ain't got no pants on this show. That's why I can't be doing the pants thing. I got a shirt on though. It was too hot, man. Hey, we trying to keep the show PG today. Anyway, on to the good stuff. For the past week, it's been a pretty good week. What's going on, Kimmy J? Jacket, what's cracking lacking? Hit that link, come on to the show page so y'all can interact with the rest of us. And I need some reviews and some likes because I need to get to a certain part. But anyway, let me get focused before I get in trouble with management. This week has been pretty good, Nothing bad has happened. I'm gonna be doing a fashion. I got a fashion show this weekend with Dwight Eubanks. So who knows? I may have a red suit on again. Actually, it's an all-white affair, so I probably won't. That's what's up, Sean. It's an all-white affair. So ain't no telling what I'll be wearing. I got a white linen suit, but hey, whatever the white tell me to do, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna post it on all my pages. So if you want to come, you can come. If you want to support, you can support. I got that. My magazine shoot came through. I'm gonna post some pictures of that. I downloaded the digital issue. I'm waiting for the hard copy. I'm gonna post that too. So things have been going pretty good for me this week. I did an interview with the magazine. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna share my word with y'all as far as that goes. And what else happened? It's been a pretty good weekend. A couple of business opportunities popped up, so I'm gonna be doing my thing. What's up, Isabel Bellevue? Even though you don't never answer me, I'm upset. My feelings hurt. Inbox me your numbers, Bill. We need to talk. um, on one of my pages. You can do it here too. That's fine. But inbox me your number, Isabel. Uh, so yeah, I've been doing the modeling thing. It's coming up to speed. I got contacted by a couple of agencies about doing some acting. I think I'm gonna try that. So this weekend is gonna be really busy because I'm gonna be on the show tomorrow, live with Tina. I'm gonna be I gotta find the thing. I'm gonna be at I'm doing a show tomorrow from 12 to 2. I know you're busy, but you know what I'm saying? Don't forget the little people while you're busy. We just need to have a quick conversation. Hey Nicole. So yeah, like I said, things are looking good. I'm gonna trim a little beard up a little bit for the all white show, but I figure with the beard, the necklace, and the pretty smile, I'm ready for the all white show. And I got a white linen suit that I've been dying to wear. You realize I'm 52. I've never had a white linen suit. Crazy fact, I told y'all last week. Ain't it crazy that before I do the show, I always have to brush my teeth? I don't know why. Not just mouthwash. I mean, I have to brush my teeth like you guys can actually smell my breath or something. Uh, who knows? I guess that's the OCD kicking in, with the ADHD. But yeah, so I'm doing my show today. I'm doing a show tomorrow with Tina Bridges from 12 to 2. I'm going to give you guys the update right after this show because I have it's actually going to be live. I can do live shows, remember that now, as long as there are other people. Right now I'm just having a problem doing it by myself. That's why I got to start getting guests and co-hosts. I got that Thursday. Friday, I got, real work. And Saturday, I got the Dwight Eubanks event, the all-white party, featuring Hank Stewart. I don't know if you guys know who Hank Stewart is. He's a poet. I interviewed him. He's one of the first interviews I did when I started doing the show. And actually, I did it for another show. It's on Jakar, what's up? I did that. I did that for another show as a fill-in host. I got that Saturday evening. Then Sunday I have the photo shoot for another clothing line. So hey, right now things are going pretty good. Your boy might blow up pretty soon. I might, who knows? I might be signing autographs one day. So, but everybody else been good. Like I said, the volume's pretty good. Can y'all see me pretty clear? There's no buffering going on. Well, at least not on my end. So if it is, that means you guys are in a bad spot. But and I never. Sometimes I don't know what the topic is until the show starts because I want to talk about some things. So we're gonna be rolling through unless you guys keep up with me and interject. Now, just in case you hadn't seen it, on my page, there's a scenario about a guy taking a girl to Dallas. They've been dating for a couple of months, and yeah, I'm gonna start off with this. Man and woman been dating a couple of months. He's from they both live in Arkansas, so he decides, hey, let's go to Dallas for a weekend. Just me and you away from our element. Let's just go somewhere so we can have a couples retreat. They drive to Dallas. They get there 6 p.m. and for some reason she says, "Hey, I want to go see a couple of friends right quick," which is kind of suspicious to me. This is at 6. They just get there. She says she'll be back by 9. He's calling, he's texting, she ain't answering. He's a little worried maybe. Next thing you know, she posting pictures on Facebook at a bar with her friends and some guys in the background where they with him, whatever. He gets, I can't even say he got upset. He was probably disappointed. Packed his stuff, checked out the room and left. Drove back. And the responses, I expected 20 or 30 people to respond. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. You guys is off the chain. But some of the interesting responses, and this is what I want to start the show off with, is the expectations, reality versus perception. Because somebody said, they start talking about what a real man wouldn't do. A real man would never leave a woman stranded in another town, and a real man would never do this. And this has been one of the things I've been battling for a few months now when I read all this, because when I'm confused on this whole real man theory, because technically a real man To be a real man, a real man actually just requires a penis and, I don't know. I'm confused on this whole real man thing. What's a fake man? Now there's gentlemen and there's other degrees, but a real man is a real man, like a woman is a woman, yada yada yada. But if we stick with the loose theory, how much is anybody supposed to take? I mean, when we start getting into what real men do or what real women do, I mean, at some point there's just a right and wrong thing. Okay, thank you, Brenda. He said, she said with Tina, and she's got it here. It's gonna be at 4495 Jonesboro Road in Forest Park. If you want to come out and check me out, because I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be a live show. We're gonna still do Facebook Live, but it's gonna be a live event. Brenda, do you know the name of the place? Byron, what's good? Chuck, it's so cute. Tommy, what's happening? So anyway, with the scenario, and I'm watching how it goes left, because the only question was he wrong? Which was simply a yes or no thing. That's why I didn't expect it to be as big as it was. But like I said, it's on my page. It's on all my pages. It's on all my groups. I mean, all my Real Thoughts with DVP, Grown Men Need Training. And most people say he was right by leaving. And, there's a couple things where he should have called, he should have left her a message. Well, if he'd been calling her from 6 to the time he left and she ain't answering the phone, I don't know what else he was supposed to do. And there are lots of different things. It's something, and people saying, well, something could have happened to her. You're right. Well, something could have happened to him. She didn't call to check on him to make sure he was safe. But, okay, here's my theory. If I'm dating somebody and the name of the place is called Sliders. Let me write it down so I can repeat that later on. I'm looking down, don't pay no attention. If I'm dating somebody and we decide to take a trip, then we're responsible for each other. Anything that comes up short of emergency, especially if we go out of town, has just got to wait. Anything else to me is disrespectful. At some point, you can't allow yourself to be disrespected. I mean, that's just me. We're not talking. I'm in Atlanta. Let me see. Who's singer that I can use and not get? I'm gonna just use Cinnamon. If me and Cinnamon go, we in Atlanta. If I say Cinnamon, let's go to DC. We drive to DC for the weekend just so me and her can have some alone time, and all of a sudden Cinnamon find time to be with somebody else or whoever, then that's disrespectful to what me and Cinnamon doing. It ain't like I'm in Atlanta and I say, Cinnamon, let's go to some Atlanta club. I mean, we here all the time, so yeah, whatever, but we making a special trip. The time frame to me is what some people are harping on. 2 months. But what does 2 months mean? Is it 2 months, 60 days? Have we been interacting for 60 days? Or in these 2 months have we only acted 3 or 4 times? Because a lot of things happen quickly with a lot of people. Some things take a lot of time depending on the chemistry. What's up, Jason? Hey man, you're doing good things. We need to talk. But the whole time thing is less to do, what's up sis, has less to do with the time as it does the chemistry. So if he feels like it's time for them to go out of town and she accepts, then to me right there, they're on the same wavelength. Because, and I asked this question before and I seen a lot of crazy posts. Honestly, people, y'all know this is all about honesty. Now, we don't need politically correct answers. Ladies, if you agree to go out of town with a gentleman, 99% of the time, doesn't that mean that y'all have slept together or it's the next step in the relationship? Who goes out of state? Jason, leave me a phone number in my inbox. Who goes out of town? Who goes out of town with somebody that they haven't slept with, unless it's family? Now, but I'm saying, if you're in a relationship, who does this? Jarvis, what's up, stranger? MJ, what's going on, dude? So I'm having a problem with this concept because you don't go out of town that far out of state to have sex for the first time. And we're just talking about worlds. You guys may tell me something differently. But has anybody, and I don't know what you guys do, and I'm not even asking for, because I don't need for y'all to take my show X right now. This is still the PG version. But if you ask somebody to go out of town, don't that 99% of the time, don't that mean that y'all have slept together and you theoretically enjoy it? Because if you even driving on a trip for 4, 5, 6 hours, that means y'all locked in a cabin together. It means y'all got to have some kind of chemistry. I mean, I would think that's the first thing. So I'm not. I didn't get how some people saying they don't know each other, they don't know this. And a road trip is a nice way to learn somebody, but it still means that you got to spend time together, quality time at some point, and you cool with being with somebody in a little cabin for 4 or 5 hours. And on this excursion y'all taking, if it's a couples event, theoretically that means there's gonna be some hanky panky going on. Y'all gonna go out, drink, whatever it is people do. I'm old, I don't do anything. The halo, remember I'm still innocent. So I'm kind of confused on some of the comments that people were getting, because in my world, sex isn't an expectation if I'm going out of town with some girl. Because if we're being totally honest, especially if we're 2-3 months in, we done already planned this trip around her monthly visitor to make sure he ain't creeping up around the time of the visit, so that we can make sure we can maximize our personal time together. That's just me. Now, tell me if it's something different with y'all, because I've dated women who didn't want to go out of town during that time of the month because they also knew what it meant. You know what I'm saying? You get to experience stuff in a whole different environment. The hotel setting presents a whole nother series of events. Oh, that's I stayed at Holiday Inn Express. I got cable TV. So, and this is the whole thing. So, and it's still up. So if you guys want to answer to it, feel free to respond. Because like I said, it's taking on a life of its own. But ladies, do you go out of town with do you routinely, randomly go out of town with guys that you're not sleeping with, regardless of how long the relationship has been going on, whether it's been a week, whether it's been a year? Because that really, to me, doesn't make a difference. Because when you feel safe enough to go out of town with him, there's a whole that says something about you, because you feel safe, and he feels comfortable taking you out of town, because that's an expenditure of money. So, ladies first. If you go out of town with a guy, have you ever been out of town with a guy that you weren't interested in sleeping with on a couples event? Like I said, not on a work trip, not with your cousins to the family reunion, whatever. If you went out of town with I can't even say member of the opposite sex now, because I got to be fair to everybody. If you went out of town with somebody to a couples event, was sex not a part of the road trip? Fellas, if you took a lady out of town, out of state, did you honestly think that sex wasn't part of the package? I'm just saying. I mean, I just want to know what you guys think. Like I said, because I'm there. Sex is definitely there. And for me to even say that we going out of town, out of state, I already know that the sex is good. So I'm confused on why people saying, oh, they didn't know each other, they should have had a talk. And that was the interesting thing to me. What is it you're supposed to talk about before the trip? Babe, we going out of town for the weekend. That means you can't go off with random dudes. That means you can't do this. I can't do that. I mean, who really, is that a talk that grown people have? I'm kind of confused. Right, and the thing is you're not traveling with a random. This is somebody that you feel relatively comfortable with. Right, and that's the thing that's the thing that a lot of people are saying, honey, that she was using him, and that's what I say. Some of the responses, people who were attacking him, kind of left me at a loss, saying he should have done this, he shouldn't have checked out, he should have waited, and he should have broke up with her. Well, if we go somewhere and you disappear, if we take a couple's trip and you disappear for 8 or 9 hours, well, clearly we've broken up. Because to me, and I get what you're saying, Varshay. At this stage, yeah, it will be somebody who is more than just some random. It will be somebody who I would think that I'm in a relationship with, and that may be a conversation that needs to be had before the trip. But do we have to discuss rules of engagement for the trip? Baby, we're going out of town for the weekend. It's just gonna be us. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go to a couple of clubs. We're gonna go to a couple of events. We're gonna have sex. I mean, are these things that you really have to say out loud? Right. That's what I'm saying. If it ain't a friendship thing and you long term, so we're not talking about 2 months in. But even if you go with a friend, if y'all call the couples weekend, your friend is already telling you that he looking for a promotion. And if you go, you saying that you considering the promotion. I mean, to me, that's already implied. Thank you, Brent. And that's my point. It's like, I'm looking at some of these responses and people trying to act like that's not the case. And I even heard people say, just because you go out of town with somebody don't mean you're going to have sex with them. And I'm not saying if I take you out of town, you got to have sex. There's no force issue. But to me, it's already implied. But I'm listening to some of the people, oh, they should have had a conversation. Because if we go out of town, like I said, it's a couple's trip. And let's say we go to Dallas. Well, I'm going to stick with DC because DC is closer. It's in the 6-hour range. If for whatever reason somebody's coming to meet me, well, they need to come to the hotel and we can go down to the bar. But at that point, it's gonna be a threesome at minimum, because it's gonna be me and whoever I took, and whoever it is that I ain't seen in 100 years that just happens to be there. But at best, they can get 60 minutes of my time, because I'm here to be with somebody else. I'm not here to see them at this point. If that was the case, I should have said, and I think I used cinnamon. Me and you was going cinnamon. If I say, hey, I gotta go up here for this business trip, come with me. But then it ain't a couples trip, which changes the whole dynamics of the event. But since it was a couples event to start with, Odessa, I like the way you think. But that's the point. If we're doing this as a couples event, that means we've already crossed certain boundaries. But, and the thing, you're right, Leonard, a friend wouldn't leave you alone like old girl did. Because you can't tell me you're going to meet somebody and people say, oh, he should have asked to go. No, I should never ask you, can I go? If it's cool like that, she should have said, hey, some of my friends happen to be here. Won't you come? Come get dressed. Go with me. And this will be 1 hour stops. But it's like soon as they got there, she was already bouncing. And whether she was with the dudes or not, if they were the friend or not, who cares? The fact that one, she chose not to answer the phone because be smart. If you're gonna do something shady, cut your phone off. That way you can say your battery died. Because if it's ringing, that means the battery ain't dead. And if you're gonna play so loud that you can't hear, but you posted on Facebook, which means if you posted, they didn't tag now. She posted on Facebook, which means she had to get the phone and she would have saw the notifications. But how do we get somewhere at 6, by 9 o'clock you already drunk as shit already? That means your intent was to come there because you don't forget all about me. And people saying, well, he should have did this. He's supposed to take her back where he got her from. And please believe, I'm old school. My mama always told me, when you take a girl out on a date, no matter what she does, take her back where you got her from. And I'm a true believer in that. But if she leaves me, am I supposed to go hunt her down and kidnap her to bring her back? Because I've been on a date with a girl who did some really foul stuff one time. And I had to call my mama because I went on a date one time. This was way younger. And, don't go where you can't afford to go. So we went to a decent little restaurant because this was in my 20s. So, I ain't spending $1 trillion on nobody. And old girl was ordering food. And, what's up, Mr. Battle? Robert Hill, Otis, MJ, what's going on? What's going on? So old girl was ordering food. I know what my pockets say. And, she eating a little bit of this and then she ordering something else. And I was like, you're not complaining about the food. You're just ordering different stuff. What's up, Sean? So I'm watching, and she said, I was like, why you ain't sitting this back? She said, oh, it's nothing wrong with it. This is what she said to me. She said, I just want to see how much you was gonna pay for it before you said something. I got up. I went to the restroom. I walked out the door. I actually paid the tab and left the restaurant. And I felt kind of bad because I'm a home training. I'm a Southern gentleman. I called mom and told her what was going on. And she was like, baby, go back. Pay the tab. She didn't know I had paid the tab. Take the girl home and I'll give you your money back. And I was like, Mom, the money ain't even an issue. The issue is the fact that she told me that she was ordering food just to see when I was going to say something about what she was doing. Needless to say, after I took her home, I got some for my effort. And I was out. I didn't see her again until I probably didn't see her again for like 12 years. I saw her across the street one day, and my dad told me not to run her over because I was like, Dad, that's her. He was like, who? I said, remember I was telling you about the girl who ate that food on me? That's her crossing the street. Bo Red, what's good? What's good? And that was my experience. But as a gentleman, I did go back and get her because I knew where she was. But in this instance, we go out of town, we go to a different state. You disappear on me, you not answering your phone. How diligent a search am I supposed to be having? And everybody was saying, well, something could have happened to her. Well, conversely, something could have happened to him. She left him alone in the hotel. She returned 3, 4 in the morning. That's what she called him back. But by then, he was back in, I think the thing says Arkansas. So all this time, he planned this trip. He done paid for everything. What was he supposed to do? And one of the more interesting concepts I saw from a friend on one of my pages was he did what he needed to do, because that could have been the switch that she could have flipped that switch that made him be criminal minded. So by him leaving, he might have kept himself out of jail, because I'm sure he had major attitude. And do you really want to ride back on a 4 or 5 hour trip with somebody who has been so disrespectful to you? Do you really feel obligated to take them back? They left you. And you know, so he was being petty. And I seen some of the petty stuff that people was doing. I mean, I got friends who were saying, but it said he would have took one of all her shoes. Hilarious. I mean, he did leave us up at the front counter. Me, I think I probably would have changed rooms. And it continued to enjoy myself in Dallas, since I had already planned to be there for the weekend. But I would have just changed rooms, blocked her phone number, whatever. No, let her get in the best way she get in. I ain't my problem. Yeah, but I think I personally would have kept enjoying the weekend. But to sit back, he should have had a conversation with her and let her know how he felt. When people are that disrespectful, you tell them how you feel, they probably don't give a shit no way. Because who goes out of town with somebody and leaves on a non-emergency and don't answer their phone and get that? So I mean, and I'm listening. I'm looking at the way the people are responding, because I didn't think it was that big a deal myself. I thought it was just a yes or no question. Was he right or was he wrong? I mean, was he right in leaving? I just thought I was gonna get yes or no from like 20 or 30 people, but it just took a life of its own. So if you ain't answered it, feel free to go back to the page, whichever page you're on. It's on there. Join in the discussion. On my Darren versus Peter page, the discussion is much more intense. On the Darren Bell page, it's kind of mild, and on the show page, it's kind of mild. So either one, if you ain't answered on it, go ahead and feel free to comment. I think I'm gonna start doing those scenarios. I kind of like those. That was something that somebody came. Right, Cinnamon. And you gave me a nut, I gave you a nut. I mean, it's all But what she did, and like I said, the comment that bothered me the most was what a gentleman wouldn't do. Well, a gentleman ain't gonna sit there and let nobody just make a fool out of him either. There's a difference between being a fool and a gentleman. I pride myself on my gentlemanly tendencies. I mean, I will open the door. I'm gonna open the door for women, period. Now, if you that woman, the woman, what's up, MJ? The woman who told me, I told you I opened the door for a woman at the mall one time, and she was like, I'm an independent woman. I don't need no nigga holding the door for me. You could have just simply said, thank you, gave me a smile, and kept going. Why you feel the need to say that? Now, if I see her again, I'm not going to open the door for her, because it was one of them air doors, so I couldn't shut it on her quick enough. But being a gentleman don't mean you got to be a sucker. And that's what I really wasn't getting. How is it that he asked her about the trip? It ain't like he said, baby, let's go somewhere for a couple of days, and she don't know where he was going. She knew where they were going. So to me, it was like she had an ulterior motive, because you don't just randomly meet people in another state. To me, you don't. But like I say, that's why I come talk to you guys sometimes, because you guys could tell me. Come to this page. I just put the link on, MJ, Deidre. You don't just do that. So I'm just kind of confused, and I just want y'all to tell me. Once again, like I said, ladies, if you agree to go out of town on a weekend trip with a guy, isn't sex kind of implied? Do we have to have a conversation about that? And the whole thing about conversations, because believe me, in a relationship, I'm a conversationalist. But if we're in a relationship, do we have to discuss every little thing that we can and can't do? Cinnamon, you my girl, but you can't. I don't want you sleeping with guys when you come over my house when I go to work. Okay, DVP. But yeah, you can't sleep with girls in my bed. You know what I'm saying? Is that really something we gotta discuss? Do we need to discuss? I mean, there's some things that are respectful, and once you find that somebody has no respect, what is it that you really can talk about? And at that point, you make decisions based on what they give you. She said she made a decision that, hey, I got this. Whoever she with, however you got back to the hotel, whatever. And the best thing I ever heard now, rule number one is what your mama always tell you, or whoever raised you, what they always tell you. Don't leave home without no money. Make sure you can get back home. When she chose that route, she chose to start taking care of her own self. Because I mean, you looking for somebody, they done disappeared on you, looking for them, you looking for them. You hope that they're not in the hospital, but you really hope that they are in the hospital, because then you can get over whatever it is. Because now if they're in the hospital, you can forgive. No matter what happened, you can forgive and move forward. But when you see them posting on Facebook, you done drove 5 hours to be in another state and have a good time with them. You see them on Facebook taking selfies or groupings with other people and guys in the background. And, somebody was like, you don't even know if that's the guy that they with. Guys quick to jump in pictures. Well, I worked in the club. I took pictures with a bunch of women. I didn't jump in, they didn't jump in. These were playing pictures. I took pictures with groups of women. I didn't jump in, they didn't jump in. These were playing pictures. But either way, you posted them when you should have been with somebody else. I mean, even had the situation been reversed, the guy would have been wrong. So, and the thing is when women say things, and don't get me wrong, ladies, I'm not jumping on you, but some guys ain't shit. But sometimes it's things like this that push good guys to not be shit. So when you do this to a guy, hey Julie, when you do certain things to guys, you push them over the edge. And I tell you guys all the time, there was a time when I knew I wasn't any good. And when I ran across women who I thought were really great women, I removed myself from the picture because I didn't want to taint them with my no goodness. My Jesse Jackson word for the day. I knew I wasn't shit. So if I knew that I was only in as a sex for hire game, a woman who had good tendencies and was looking for a real guy, hey, let me just remove myself because I don't want to mess up what you're doing. And if you're the same woman, you ain't about this, I'm gonna keep messing with you because I don't owe you that. He should have laid down the rules before she pulled it. But what rules is he supposed to lay down, Robert? How did she know? I mean, if your woman say, I'm finna go somewhere and meet a friend, I mean, yeah, there's some questions to be asked, but you don't want to appear to be a slave master. But the light go off. You hoping she gonna do right. But what rules do you give her? Two people who don't know and that's the thing. But how do you know they don't know the rules? You like, what do you ask them? She grown, and plus she don't bother to answer the phone or even call. It's kind of like when people say we're in a relationship. We ask, well, what's a curfew? And people, I ain't having no curfew. Well, it's not really a curfew. It's a matter of respect. If you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all live together, there's respect for rules for what time you go home. If I'm living by myself, I can come home whenever I want to. If I choose to have a partner and we're gonna cohabitate and we live together, then I can't come home at the same anytime I want to anymore because I have a partner who I'm trying to form something with. It's not about me anymore. Respect says I come home at a certain time. Right, she was on Facebook, so she saw the call and text notification. So what conversation do you really have? Because like I said, there's an issue. To me, there's just an issue of respect. And the thing was, if even she was going to do that, she should have been smart enough not to post pictures. She saved them for later. But she had already crossed that disrespectful line. It didn't matter whether it been the girl or the guy. But my issue was with women saying that he wasn't a real man, or that talking about what a real gentleman would have did. I can't see that, because the last thing I want to do if I'm that pissed off about something is to stay in a cabin with somebody for 4 or 5 hours on a trip. Because if I'm mad, I might have a wreck on the road, which is going to endanger two of us. If I'm really pissed to the point of being violent, because you don't never know what people are these days. We see all these crazy killings. That's the kind of stuff that push people over the edge. Because remember now, I'm a retired cop. Murder is a crime of passion. So if he got so mad and so betrayed that, hey, this chick done had me come up here, pay for all this, set this up for her to go hang out with some dudes and stuff, depending on his mental level, he might have felt a whole different way. He might have been feeling really violent and felt that. And the best thing I can do is to leave. First, he should have offered to go, and if she insisted to go along after he inserted that would have been a red flag. But if she didn't say nothing, and what are you supposed to say? Hey, babe, let's go out of town. By the way, do you know anybody up there that you might want to hang out with? I mean, once he said it was for a couples weekend, that was all the conversation that needed to be had, because she either agrees to the couples weekend or no. To me, once you say that, that's it. He didn't say let's go to the mall. Let's go to the park. We're going out of town. What else? ladies, if a guy taking you out of town, give me some clauses that you need to know that you can't go chilling with your other friends or hanging around with other guys. What is it that you say? What's up, Eli? What's crack-a-lacking? Right. Trina, you can't stand a man that's controlling to where he feels need to set up rules because, and that's the whole thing. When you're in that grown stage, certain things are just implied. Right, they were in Six Flags. But certain things are implied when you, even if we go out of town, let's say we came from Texas to Atlanta, we went to Six Flags. That still mean you can run off with your friends. We're going to ride rides together. Now, if we're going to have a talk using Six Flags, I need to know how you feel about amusement parks. Because now, if you don't like riding rides or whatever, see, then that's a small issue. It ain't a red flag. It just means if you don't like roller coasters, why would I take you to Six Flags thinking you're gonna ride everything with me? We already know we're not gonna have a good time. I want to ride all the rides. You don't want to ride none of the roller coasters. You want to ride the safe little rides. So that's a conversation. But we're going to Dallas, and you know, at some point we should have discussed some things that we may or may not want to do, which to me is kind of crazy because you always see women saying they want a man to just plan a date. So if we plan a date, what if it's something you don't like? Which is, one of my things is I hate that phrase. I mean, it's okay to plan it, but women say, don't do this, don't ask me this. And my thing is, I will ask women all the time, tell me what you don't like. So when I plan something, I don't want to plan anything that you don't like. If she wasn't meeting up with people, she should have been the one to ask if he wanted to go. Even if she was, she should have said, hey, there's some people here, won't you come with me? Like I said, I have no issue with bringing the other one, but you have a 60-minute time limit for how you can meet with these friends. And they can't come hang with us now. We can meet at the bar or wherever for 60 minutes, but I don't, unless they're going to show us around and take us places, I don't see the need for them to even hang with us because this is a couples event. So to be fair, we should all be somewhere where everybody's out of their comfort zone. We don't have any support system, which means we got to spend more time with each other. What's up, Bo? What's up, Michelle? How you doing? And see, then, like I said, then he would have had more options to make an informed decision. Because, like I said, once he said it was a couples event, to me, nothing else needed to be said. Nothing else needed to be said. I said it. So, and then, like I said, the thing was, when I'm listening to people talk about what a real man would do, what a gentleman would do, how are you putting this on him? A real woman, if we're going to use that dumb phrase, wouldn't have did that to a man in the first place because she's putting herself in harm's way on too many different levels. Because the minute you decide to step out of that real woman category, I don't owe you that. I don't owe you the same gentleman treatment that I would give to anybody else because you've already started the disrespectful factor. Now, I'm not going to be disrespectful back, but at some point I got to protect my own interests. Like I said, I think I would have stayed in Dallas and continued to enjoy the rest of the weekend, but I would have changed rooms and just not said anything. Chances are she would have smart enough to recognize the car, but I wouldn't have cared. I'm listening. Oh, well, he should have called her and told her he was late. Well, did y'all read that? He called and texted her all the time. She didn't answer. So, who's to say what these texts did or did not say? And that's the thing. But once you go out the country, there's certain things that are implied. Sex being one of them, quality time with each other being the other one. The third one is we're not gonna have any crazy ass arguments while we out of town. No matter what you get mad about, that's the wait till we get back to our home destination. But when you go out with somebody, you're not trying to argue with them while you out. If something happen to go wrong, like you make a little quick mental note of it, but you don't mess up the rest of the trip for that. Unless it's something super major. So I don't see, that's how I'm trying to see, what is it that you, ladies, what does a guy need to tell you? What kind of rules does he need to set up if he asks you to go out of town? Because I'm going to give you my interpretation again. If I ask a woman to go out of town, I believe that the tab is on me for stuff we do, for anything I plan. Now, I also believe in things being not equal, but comparable. If I pay for dinner, I think the woman should offer to pay the tip. And if she wants to do something outside of what I do, I want her to at least act like she's going to pay for it. There's a 98% chance I'm going to pay for it anyway, but I want her to say, if she said, well, I want to try this, chances are, the way when I plan a trip out of town, yeah, I take the money to do lots of different things, and I take my little extra money so we can, if something comes up. But I do like for a woman to offer the tip. I'm gonna pay the bill, you tip. That's just who. That's just. But if she don't tip, it ain't no big deal. I can do the tip too. But I don't like the theory of I'm paying for everything and all she's doing is just riding. I mean, I want this. If we're trying to build, so I want this to seem like we're a team. You are helping me, and I mean that's just how I see it. Rule number one: you don't leave the person alone that took you. Right. Then you don't have to worry about rule number two that says you don't leave the person that you took. Because once you leave me, I'm not responsible for trying to hunt you down, especially when I know now that you're not hurt. Well, something could have happened. This could have happened. You don't want the kids. She took that all out her own. You know, the minute she went out, she took him out the equation. I say one of my issues in a relationship, which is why you got to be careful with relationships. When you're in a relationship with somebody, when something happens, once you get to know the family and stuff, the first time something happens, people look at you first because they expected you to take care of their family member. So when they do something crazy, which is the only time I'm gonna set down rules. There's certain things you can't do because people are gonna look at me. If I'm in a relationship with a woman, she's got kids, and the kids know me, and we all this and we all that. If something happens, your kids are expecting me to take care of you. So you can't be doing crazy stuff. You get mad at me. These are the ground rules. Because, hey, you don't want family all in your business, but you can't be running out for 2-3 days at a time. And if something happened, everybody gonna look at me because, of course, I'm gonna be the first suspect. And then once we get past suspect, say everybody gonna ask me, why didn't I do something? Well, what can I do if you keep running out? What can I do? And so, there are little things that you got to look out for and interpret. But at some point, it has nothing to do with being a gentleman or a real man or a real. Once somebody becomes disrespectful and the flags start going up, you have to gauge accordingly after that point. So I'm just kind of confused on how people start trying to defend her, or more so, put blame on him for what he didn't do. Like I said, he could have been extra petty. Like I said, taking the one of every shoe to me, that was hilarious. But I think he took her stuff down to the front desk and left it. Because even if he left it in the room, chances are when they checked in the hotel, chances are it's under his name. Because normally that's all they care about is the page name. They don't care about who else is in the room with you. So she could have said, I was in the room so-and-so, so-and-so. If he didn't check her in, she couldn't have got back in. So he could have left all the stuff in there and hope that management or somebody was going to do something about it. But he left the stuff at the front desk. So he went above and beyond to make sure she could still get her stuff. But I don't see where it was his responsibility to get her back home. I don't see where he owes her anything. What's going on, George? And in honesty, I don't even see where he owes it to her to answer the phone call. She want to call and explain what happened or apologize or whatever. I could honestly say I probably wouldn't take any of those. You showed me all I need to show in the 2 days. The minute we leave Arkansas, you become a tramp or whatever, I'm good. You showed me something, I lesson learned. So, to me that was a bunch of that. So that was really what was. I had some other topics I wanted to talk about, but after I put the post up and it just created a life of its own, I didn't even have time to answer because of another post I'm going to tell y'all about in a second. But that was one I wanted to talk about. Like I said, people start talking about they should have had a conversation. And my thing is still, what is it that you talk about before you go on a weekend trip with somebody? Somebody tell me. Right, she was going to make a decision. Hopefully her friend had enough money to get her home. But who does what she did? Right, and according to the post, Leonard, it's happened before. I mean, one person was saying that it happened to her brother. Her brother and this girl got engaged, got the dress, got the ring. She left the country with the dress and the ring and married somebody else with the dress and the ring. I was like, well, damn. It's not that people defended her. He has to take responsibility for his lack of communication. But what rule can you can't lay down rules to grown-ups. Can you? Not Uber money. What, Robert, give me what rules should he lay down, Robert? Don't leave me by myself. I mean, in that kind of self-explanatory. If it's a couples trip, or if you go out of town, with a girl, do you really? If you have to tell her not to leave you, then that, to me, that's a clue right there that you shouldn't go. If you got to have that conversation, that means you shouldn't be going with her. Baby, we're going out of town. I expect for you to be with me all weekend. And to me, that's the one time in a relationship where you control somebody's time. Because if we're dating and we're home, like I'm in Atlanta, if we're dating and I'm here, I'm going to use Odessa because I see her right here. Odessa, we're dating. I don't need to keep up with Odessa 24/7. Okay, I'm sorry. Cinema's back. If we're here in Atlanta, I don't need to keep up with Cinema 24/7. But when we go out of town, we pretty much tied each other 24/7. Ladies, would y'all agree? I mean, sometimes you go to the bathroom, but where is it if we go out of town together that you're going, that I'm not going, and that's one of us go down to the bar to grab a bite to eat or something? I mean, not the bar, to the snack, whatever it is you do, go out there. But pretty much, aren't we tied at the hip for that whole little 2-day period? I mean, to me, it's no different than taking a cruise. But if you agree for it to go along, Robert, it's not a couple's weekend. So you keep forgetting it. Now, he set it out for a couple's weekend so they could get to know each other better. Because who takes a date out of state just to have a riding partner? That's when you call your partners and you say, hey, man, let's go to Dallas for the weekend. Then y'all do what y'all do. And Trina, I actually think she said that she was going to be back by 9. But once again, if you got to have this discussion, you probably shouldn't go out of town with this person. Trina, Odessa, I mean, if you go out of town, Trina, Odessa, and Cinema, y'all right together. If you go out of town with a guy, don't that pretty much mean if y'all get invited for this couple's weekend, don't that mean we're going to be together for 2 whole days pretty much 24/7? Except for maybe the shower time, which we may or may not do together. But don't that mean pretty much we're going to be together the whole time? There is no me time when you go on a 2-day trip with somebody. Is that a fair assessment? Or is there a conversation that needs to be had with a guy if y'all go out of town for the weekend? If I go out of town with friends and they are females, I feel responsible for their safety as a man. Yes, so respect has to be shown, not disappearing. Exactly. But once again, Leonard, if you go out of town for the weekend, ain't that pretty much a 24/7 event at that point when you decide to go out of town for 2 days, 3 days? Ain't y'all pretty much tied at the hip for that event? Now, when you back in your home, then yeah, everybody can start doing their separate thing and going their separate ways, and they don't have to be around each other 24/7. But when you take a road trip out of state, isn't that implied? Trina, I think you don't want to answer. But isn't that implied that it's about us? Like I said, depending on where you are, yeah, I've been out of town on trips, and the hotel was right across the street from a CVS or whatever, and we needed something. She ran down to CVS. I mean, I didn't feel the need to get dressed and go down there. I mean, CVS is right across the street. But pretty much, in time we leave a hotel room, we leaving it together. We're not leaving as individuals. Oh, Dust, I'm going to need you to stop commenting. Off the chain. So, yeah. But, I mean, so I'm just trying to figure out what conversation needs to be had before you make this out-of-town trip. Odessa, Cinnamon, Trina, Brenda, Michelle, Deidre, what is it a guy needs to... Cinnamon needs you to slow your roll. What are some ground rules that you feel need to be talked about before you go out of town with a guy? I mean, I don't even think it should be discussed about who paying for stuff. Right, Michelle. So, I mean, you're being bad. Vacation man was crack-a-lagging. So, vacation man. That's my point. So why would you agree to her going out without you while you wait in the room? He's a sucker for that. Why not tell her at that point that he's out of there and let her know that the risk is hers? Okay. I get what you're saying now, Robert. But, and I'm still saying he should have stayed, but you saying he had an option to tell her no, and I don't think he had that option because she said she was going. The first mistake was her disrespecting, not saying, hey, I'm going to meet some friends who just happen to be here. Come go. Can we stop right there before we start on our thing? But I don't see that when you had that conversation ahead of time. Yes, I agree. I was just saying that if I feel responsible for more than one friend, then if it's just me and her, how much more do I feel responsible? And I got you, because I ain't responsible for everybody that come along. I'm responsible for the person I brought up that I invited. Because I ain't finna pay. I'm not finna go somewhere. You meet up with my girl, meet up with 5, 6 of her friends, and I gotta support their drinking habits all night long. That's just not gonna happen. Right, and that's the thing. Why didn't she invite him to come along? But why even go? Why even go? Why not invite them? My thing would have been for her to say, babe, where we going? I got some friends who want to come meet us. Like I say, unless your friends are there and they're going to show, if we go somewhere, you got friends and they're going to show us a good time, then fine, we go to them. But other than that, oh man, my necklace trying to come off. You see that? Necklace bandit is in the house. But my thing is, it was just a lot of things, but I don't see where he was wrong or he wasn't a gentleman for leaving or he should have done more than he did. Because I just don't see where the conversation should have been had. You know what they say? Facebook is ruining men in relationships. But yeah. So anyway, that was what I wanted to talk about. That was what I wanted to talk about the first hour. Just like I said, if you ain't commenting on it, it's still whichever page you on. It's still on the. Hey Shalonda, how you doing? You coming to the hair show? It's still on there. Feel free to comment. Like I said, I planned on commenting on it, start answering some questions, but I got in trouble on another post. Got reported to the Facebook police for forming a lynch mob, threatening language. I ain't even gonna get into that right now because it's crazy. Right, Michelle. It seemed like she was pimping him, and at that point, I agree. He should have. I mean, there's no more need to spend any more money on her. However she get home, she get home. But at that point, could he have sent her a message? Yeah, he could have. He could have responded on her picture that she posted on Facebook. See you when you get back to Arkansas, babe. To me, that would have been the cutest thing to do. See you when you get back to Arkansas. Let her know she saw the picture, screenshot it, and take away anything that she might have had as an argument. Because don't get me wrong now. Most of us have been out. We went somewhere for a couple of minutes and a couple of minutes turned into way too long. Or you hang out with friends for a minute and you think it's going to be, and time flies. Sometimes, shit just happens. But that's the respect thing. When you're in a relationship, you still owe the person a call. Like I say, if we're here and Cinnamon says, hey, D, I'm going to have a drink with some of my girls. Okay. So let's just say me and Cinnamon live together. And once again, this ain't about imposing curfews, but if you live with somebody, by 12 o'clock, everybody needs to know something. If you ain't gonna be home by 12 o'clock, and I ain't saying you gotta be back, but I deserve a phone call. Say, hey, Darren, I'm with my girls. We're having a good time. I'm out doing this. I'm gonna be home a little later. No text. You text me if you call me and I don't answer the phone. But to me, in my world, one part deserves a phone call if you're not gonna make it by 12 or whatever time is mutually agreeable. 1, 2, whatever. But 4 o'clock. You ain't home by 4 o'clock and I ain't heard from you. I was drinking. Whatever. Doug, how you gonna report it when you typed it? I just, what I'm saying, and I gave a disclaimer from somebody else. I didn't put from my good friend Doug. But yeah, and to me that's crazy. Oh, I was just giving an example that I feel like this is for a friend. Then how much more will I feel? I got you. But like I said, but then again, that's why you learn. All right, Robert, do your thing. But that's why you can talk about a lot of things, but they say actions speak louder than words, because everybody says that they're grown, everybody says that they're responsible and considerate, yada yada yada. Because nobody says I'm a dog, I'm gonna do this. Wiggins, what's happening? Nobody says this about themselves other than me. When I was a dog, I admitted it because I didn't want no confusion. I believe in, hey, if you're going to be a dog, as DMX say, why would you Why would you get a dog if you didn't want a dog? But I'm gonna tell you up front, at that stage, that's what I was doing. But people show you more than they'll ever tell you, because nobody gonna just walk up to you and say, "Hey, I ain't shit. Give me a chance to screw over you too." But plenty of people do it. Yeah, Doug, because when you put it on Facebook, it's like CNN. They thought it was you for real. uh, but I mean, that's just kind of crazy how people take stuff, and as opposed to, you can get into too much where people don't want to condemn their friends for stuff. Because sometimes we got friends that make crazy decisions, and people say, "Oh no, the other guy was doing this." Sometimes you got to own up to what you do. Can I blame him for anything? I can blame him for leaving if I just want to be really picky. I can blame him for not knowing her well enough. But even if they had the conversation, if she violated the conversation, is it his fault for believing her? If a man did that to a woman, he'd come home to more than that. She gonna have brothers over there trying to jump in. She gonna set the stuff on fire. It's gonna be a waiting to exhale moment. You right, Senator. And it's like, if you having a getting your groove back moment, then you should say that. Hey, if we going to one of these wild wicked parties and we not a total couple and then it's a swinger type event, yeah, those things can happen. But like I said, if it's a couples event, you gotta respect that. I mean, that's just me. Hey, Clarissa, what's crack-a-lacking? That's just me. That's just crazy. It's 7 o'clock, man. We've been flying. Y'all good? Like I said, it ain't too late. You know what I'm saying? It's still up there. Go on and comment on the post. Like I said, it says taken from another group. Leave your thoughts. Let's see how everybody feeling. All right. Second thing I want to discuss is us. Why is it we'll post a million things about stars who don't care nothing about us, but we won't spread good news about our own people that we know? And that's quick. I actually don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about Usher. Because I've had this conversation. And you guys really should watch Adam Ruins Everything. And watch the show about STDs. Most people have an STD. If you've had chicken pox, there's a chance that you are carrying around an STD. Well, Usher got sued for giving a woman, I think it was gonorrhea. But most people, if you've ever had chicken pox, shingles theoretically is a form of an STD. And it's dormant in a lot of people. And the miscommunication that we give is people's like, why would you be having unprotected sex? Okay, it was herpes. Okay. Some STDs are transmitted through contact, not through sexual intercourse. So even wearing a condom won't prevent certain diseases. That's just not how they're spread. And sometimes our level of ignorance, STDs will prevent certain diseases. I mean, not STDs, condoms will prevent certain diseases, but certain diseases are strictly contact diseases, like chickenpox, like shingles, herpes, cold sores. In theory, is herpes. So if you've ever seen somebody who had a cold sore, they have herpes dormant in their body. It doesn't go away. It's just whether or not it's active. But I was looking at some of the statements people was talking about having protected sex and this and this and this. What is HIPAA? Because she went to cinema. I have to give you some of the links. But she said they was having sex. She saw a green discharge. She said a lot of crazy things. But the thing is though, in California, and in most states actually, if you have a communicable disease, you're required to tell your partner that you have said disease. But there's some diseases, as I was saying, so a lot of STDs, even though they're communicable, you don't have symptoms. And condoms and dental dams or whatever won't prevent them. Like I say, cold sore is a form of herpes. Some lesions are forms of herpes. And people don't understand that, like I said, shingles is a form of herpes. People don't understand where these come from. Chickenpox is a form of herpes. Because these are diseases that you can get from touching people. It has nothing to do with sex. And you know, and in educating our people, condoms, you know, what is it, 95% prevent pregnancy, yada yada yada, but they don't prevent all STDs. And I'm looking at some of the people who are making statements because they don't understand what it is, and they speaking loosely. You know, if you're gonna mess with somebody rich, or you're gonna be a fan or whatever, you know, you got to use protection. Well, protection won't stop everything. You can catch it from your partner. Like I said, they may not even know they have it, because if it's not active, and even when you go to the doctor, if it's not active, then they can't tell you. Some things just lie dormant until something activates them. You know what I mean? You ever seen the show that Sex Sent Me to the ER? Cross talking. A lady had she was having debilitating sex when she was having sex with her husband. And the only thing that changed from them when they were dating and having sex to when they got married is they stopped using a condom. She was actually allergic to his sperm. It set off a chain reaction in her body that made her deathly ill. Some things people just don't understand about sex, about fluids, about the whole thing. Like I said, there's just a lot of things, and we don't educate ourselves. We just like to talk loosely about things that we don't know, and we love to throw salt on people and shade. But as a people, we need to understand more about sex and stop being taught in the streets and look up certain things. I mean, how many people have gotten AIDS from people who, Rock Hudson had AIDS. Tons of people had AIDS. Magic Johnson, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on and on and on and on. AIDS, for the most part, is a sexually transmitted disease. But all STDs, even though that's what they're called, aren't sexually transmitted. Like I said, gonorrhea does not have to be sexually transmitted. It's a contact disease. It just falls under STD. I don't know why. I'm not on the CDC, so I can't tell you no. Right? Another trying to get 20 million, and part of the claim is he knows and he's still doing. So he's engaging. He's continuing to engage in reckless behavior, knowing that his condition is. And technically, once you know, because a couple people got charged with it in a couple other states, you're not supposed to have unprotected sex if you know that you have a communicable disease. But you're supposed to know when it's flaring up. And herpes is one of those that's, from my understanding, is only transferable when it's active. When it's not active, everything is normal. But when it's up, everything, you're contagious. Who knows this other than you? Because you know where the sores are, you know the signs, you know when you get the little lesions, yada yada yada. But these are things that we need to educate ourselves on. I mean, because to me, I'm not saying it's funny, but if you see anybody having sex with somebody, they see green stuff coming out, I don't care if it's coming out your nose in the form of a booger, you might need to cancel having sex with them. But you don't continue. Oh, look at that green stuff. Okay, let's have some vigorous unprotected sex. And that was the word they had, vigorous. Vigorous. I think she even said they did anal stuff, but which was way too much information for my G-rated self. But the thing is when do we educate ourselves enough that we just stop talking recklessly about things we don't know? Sometimes when you read stuff you don't know, just do a quick research. I mean, we got Google. Most of us claim to be enlightened and woke and yada, yada, yada. And now, when we go back, we combine these two issues with the first one, I'm noticing a trend. Why are we so quick to have unprotected sex with people who we know, one, are sleeping with other people, or two, that we don't know at all. To me, there's a conversation to be had. Even though I've been guilty of not having it, based on perception, but most people are afraid to have that conversation. And to me, the two conversations that all couples should have: unprotected sex conversation and a monogamy conversation. Those are two things that should never be just taken for granted. But those are probably two of the toughest conversations that we'll discuss everybody's sexual orientation except ours. Hey, Miss Carr, what's going on? Annabella, how you been? I ain't seen you in a minute. What's good? Green stuff coming out. All you would have hanging around is you so silly. You always say that, Bella, but you don't ever call me. Call me after the show around 8:30. I'm available. And you know you're on the wrong page too. But yeah, we don't get enough good information, but we quick to want to judge everybody or pass out bogus information when it's easy to find out certain things. All we got to do is want to. But it's easy for us to sit down and keep and jig at people and say things that we don't know. Like I say, I know people who had shingles. I'm sure that most of us know somebody who's had a cold sore. And of course, we don't kiss them. But that cold sore is a form of herpes. Look it up. Look it up. Exactly. What's up, Big Wheel? Read more. Read more. I mean, too many times we let social media tell us stuff and we just take it at face value and run with it. And I've been guilty. I saw a thing that said Creflo Dollar had a pulpit made out of $100 bills. I posted and asked, is this true? Because I know people that go to that church. And once I found one true, I took it down. Katrina said she was probably trying to get pregnant and paid. Ugh. Hutch, what's up? What's happening with your Hutch? But yeah, and I don't get that why we're so destined. We love to see people in misery. And it's crazy how much research we'll put into that, into bogus information or misinformation. And my favorite thing is we'll do all this misinforming and blame another race or the government when it's us who putting this stuff out there. You can find out about this anywhere. Right, she probably figured out she would get the STD cure and keep the baby. Yeah, and get child support and get a little damages. But, if that was her hustle, to rent out her uterus to get paid, everybody got to do what they got to do. But for the rest of us, understand how the system works. Because it's a lot of people out there who still have unprotected sex, thinking that they know somebody, and yeah, you go get checked, you'll get your AIDS checked, and that's a big thing now. Hey, you got checked for AIDS, yeah, you got checked for AIDS. But what about the other stuff? There's a bunch of other diseases out there that are just as harmful. Syphilis is a killer. Hepatitis C is a killer. There are lots of killer diseases out there, and we claim we're worried about AIDS. But if you look at the stats, pregnancy is on the rise, which means more people are having unprotected sex, which means we can't be worried about STDs like we say we do. That's just my little quick commentary on that. Because I don't get it. I really just don't get it at all. But on another note, remember now, tomorrow I'm going to be at Slaughter's at 4495 Jonesboro Road in Forest Park from 12 to 2 doing the show. I read where STD incidents increasing in the geriatric. Right, because old people think they ain't going to get nothing. They old and, they don't really worry about the cooties. But it's just, it's a generational thing. I mean, it ain't, I take that back. No, I'm sorry, it's not one group that's just doing it. Funny, you were speaking of this when I just posted last week only about why do we love posting on folk downfalls and add judgment to it. Right. But that's what we do. That's why, don't get me wrong. Some of these reality trash TV shows, people watch them just for that, and they make them reality. And we like them. Then we get mad when we can't find Right, AIDS and HIV ain't the same thing. They're two separate diseases, but most of us don't accept that as a reality. Uh, I get the full panel when I get a physical, even though most aren't covered during the physical. Right, because most doctors only they do what they do. But once again, the thing is in where we educate our own selves and where we choose to educate other people as opposed to just randomly posting. I had a couple of people who posted and they were trying to enlighten people. Trina was trying to enlighten people on the whole STD thing. And, people were still posting crazy stuff. Like she didn't know what she was talking about. And, it's crazy when you can post where people can go find this stuff and they still want to challenge. Oh, they'll tell you anything. Okay, where are you getting your information from? Oh, see, my friend said this. My friend, your friend with no name. And that's the crazy thing. When you try to enlighten people, that's why sometimes I when I stopped doing the show, when I was trying to enlighten you guys about certain things, when people argue me about stuff, when I give you factual information, I can tell you where it came from. Like, some of it factually came from when I was working. I can give you factual incidents. Some of the research stuff, it's what I knew. Let the camera follow some of these folks around. I guarantee many would be shameful of the things they do. Get that broom and sweep your front door and back door. Right, but sweeping ain't gonna work. They need to fumigate because they're gonna need some aerosol spray, some heavy duty janitorial type stuff. And and to me that's okay. But if you don't know, don't be ashamed to say you don't know and ask. That's our downfall. We don't want to say we don't know. I mean, even my buddy Honey, I reached out to Honey for something I didn't know nothing about. And that's why she's one of my favorite people. She gave me some information. I didn't sit there and try to act like I knew everything. She one of the reasons I want to do a live show because I need her to give y'all some information. As a matter of fact, you know what I need from you, honey? I need for you to, if you're doing this as a business, I need for you to post your link so people can come to your page and do your thing. And why are you switching pages? So, but this is we need to uplift. And I saw something, and this is one of the things I've been guilty of, and I go away from it and I get back to it. Do you know that America is pretty much the only place that uses race? I mean, the whole black-white thing. Most places don't use it. And you and your cheap phone. Most places, they're more concerned about your religion than they are your race. But we're the most advanced country in the nation, according to us. And 45. Let that marinate. But yeah, okay, back to the sex thing. I'm gonna see if Trina can post a couple of things, like I said, because I be stalking some of y'all pages and seeing what y'all put up. Like I said, Trina posted that. Thank you, Anna. Am I supposed to call you Anna or Annabella? But Trina posted a couple of things. Like I said, I be looking at y'all pages, trying to see who's enlightening stuff. Doug put some stuff up. Honey will put some stuff up. Michelle on her positive kick, always posting stuff. Chuck, don't nobody follow Chuck. Chuck is on a whole different. He on a whole different thing. 717. Oh, I had a third subject I wanted to talk about. Okay. Why are people R. Kelly. Before I get into the whole R. Kelly thing, why are people comparing R. Kelly to Hugh Hefner? Well, Hugh Hefner did. I don't know anywhere where Hugh Hefner ever been accused of dealing with underage girls. If I did, somebody please enlighten me on that. I haven't seen any accusation. I haven't seen any. If you're going to compare R. Kelly to somebody, compare R. Kelly to Elvis. Because Priscilla wasn't old enough. I think that was his wife's name. Whatever Elvis's last wife's name wasn't old enough. But R. Kelly's, Hugh Hefner, look how you feel about the whole Playboy thing. Hugh Hefner is legendary. Everybody wanted to be Hugh. Hugh kept it real. Hugh had the Playboy mansion. Women were, they was in line to stay there. Wasn't cultish like R. Kelly, where Hugh Hefner ain't got no scandals with 15, 16-year-old girls. And this ain't a black and white thing. This is a real versus real thing. Because I tell you now, I don't do Elvis because Elvis was a predator. He was a sexual predator. He was a pedophile. People don't like to hear that. Because Elvis is the king of rock and roll. Elvis is a predator. I don't mess with him. The king of rock and roll, the king of pop. Or everybody who's a king is a pedophile, it seems like. Elvis, I don't care how you feel about MJ, it's a pedophile. R. Kelly, pedophile. All them was the king of their little social, their little musical genre, all pedophile. Don't get me wrong, they all have music that I like. I ain't gonna never say I won't listen. I will not financially support them. They're musical geniuses, but so is Prince. Anybody remember a scandal Prince was involved in? Anybody? But why is it we try to justify certain things? I don't think Hugh Hefner catch them. They going after Hugh. It's a whole different. You gotta send in pictures. You gotta be picked. They in line for that. But Hugh won't touch them if they underage. Chuck Berry. Okay, I don't remember that bad about Chuck Berry. But whatever Elvis was the king of, and R. Kelly, who told y'all he was the Pied Piper, and the Pied Piper went after kids. If y'all remember the story, I know some of y'all don't know who the Pied Piper of Hamlet was, but he went after kids, and of course MJ. The PB girlfriends had to sign an informed consent contract. PB being Playboy. Girl, you had me call like I ain't even saying nothing about a PB. But the thing was, Anna, is that they were grown. They were, in the eyes of the law, they were 18. They were legal. R. Kelly ain't in that category. And people saying, well, he ain't been accused of nothing while we persecuting him. You don't have to be accused of something. The fact is what it is. I don't care how old Aaliyah was when she married. She was still a child. Same thing with Elvis. She was a child. There's no need to making excuses for him. We know lots of people who did stuff that ain't been accused of. So one minute you want to do this, one minute you want to do that. And I don't care if you support his music. Everybody got to do what they got to do. But don't sit back and talk about how deviant somebody else can be when you're doing this. And this is my social commentary. Ladies, if you're a grown woman with a daughter and you can support R. Kelly, you're sending the wrong message to your daughter. Because now the daughter's like, oh, my mama likes her, it's okay. Because most of y'all they look up to. So I'm confused on how women can, and even guys, if a man has a daughter who's under the age of 20, if you're supporting this whole R. Kelly thing, then to me, you can't be as woke as you say you are, and quit. Don't blame nothing on nobody else. Leave Whitey, the government, police, all that out your mouth, because you're contributing to the destruction of minors. You're leading them because they watch what you watch. I'm going to the R. Kelly. Well, I'm of age, so R. Kelly don't want no one y'all age. He just wants y'all money. But he hoping that you bring your daughter so she can come backstage. That's on you. Everybody got to do what they got to do. But don't sit back and try to have it both ways where you want to condemn somebody who ain't been convicted or accused. And he has been accused of a lot of different things. And he even got on the show and he was saying, everybody's admitted he's done these things. And we know money will buy certain things. It is what it is. Because he ain't denied nothing. You know, the girl came on and somebody was like, oh, she's legal. And I'm going to get into this just for a second. And I see people all the time, people say, I'm grown. You're not grown. You're old enough to do certain things, but it don't make you grown. Because you're 18, you can be a numerical age, but plenty of people are mentally stunted. Your birthdays keep coming still. I don't condone what took place, if that is what happened. So what about back in the day when our grandfathers married our grandmother and he was 15 years older than her? The age difference doesn't count. How old was she? And to me, the big difference about that was, because back in slavery, a lot of this happened. But then it was because of the conditions. But it wasn't about being abusive or taking advantage of them. So to compare the 21st century to the 18th century to the 19th century, Kia, I'm saying those are two totally different elements. It's apples and oranges. Because back then, a lot of things were different. It's kind of like when I talked about women who say they want a relationship like their grandparents had, but their grandparents didn't play these dumb games. The grandmother played hard to get, but she kept making your granddad a cake or something so that he knew that she was interested. She wasn't easy, but she made sure that he knew he was interested so that Because there are other women who ready to sleep with him and give him what he want. But he likes your grandma. But she didn't just play simple. She didn't play hard to get on the dumb level. She smiled at him. She flirted with him. But she gave him something to let him know, hey, keep coming. I ain't going to be easy, but I do like you. So, I've done a show on that. You missed it. But there's a whole difference in the way our grandparents did things. And even then, we go back to that now. Remember, don't get me off track here. You'll get me in trouble. Most of us found out about our stepbrothers, half brothers, whatever, at the funeral. Because Papa was a rolling stone. He was doing his thing. But he wasn't taking advantage of people. And to me, that's the only difference. R. Kelly is doing this as a sexual predator. If you're doing this with the intent, I'm going to give you a pass, especially old school. New school, it's just not happening. And the numbers, even though the numbers don't bear up, because I'm 50, if I decide I want to marry a 21-year-old girl, everything is legal. And by the standard, it's okay. So if she's 16 now, and I got to wait till she's 57 if I like her. That's just the law. But if y'all found out I've been dating her for 6-7 years, that makes I'm just as guilty. I'm a pedophile and a sexual predator, because mentally she can't be at my level mentally. She can't be. At 21, she probably still ain't, but she's I hate to say it, but at 21, she's probably fair game for most people. And, we look at it, we laugh about the cougars and we laugh about the age differences. But yeah, sometimes it will even itself out. But at 15 and 16, there's no 15, 16-year-old who's on my level mentally. There may be some who are smarter than me because they understand physics and aerodynamics better than me. But to say that they understand the hustle or the gamesmanship, if a 20-year-old girl understands gamesmanship at my level, that means I'm a retard. R. Kelly is good he's been doing this for a long time. There's no 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24-year-old girl who's at his level. I say, Hugh Hefner was different because you had to fill out applications to be a Playboy girl. He wasn't just picking you off the street. They sending in pictures. They lining up. He got a team of attorneys before you get picked. Everything is going into play. I just don't see how it is. You can't compare the two. But it's like people are trying to justify R. Kelly's behavior. Oh, you can't. If you don't blame Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner ain't been accused of doing nothing to the year. How many Playboy bunnies have you ever heard say anything bad about Hugh Hefner? Boss, you can stay on this one. But I'm going to post this just for you. But because you the boss, But because you the boss, I ain't going to tell you what you got to do. I respect authority. And time. You're supposed to be here at 6 o'clock. But hey. So, and that's what's up. So I'm confused on this whole R. Kelly thing. And I'm watching these people. And I'm seeing the thing on my timeline. He's got an event at Wolf Creek. And I'm seeing who going. And I'm looking at these women who going that's got daughters. And it's like, well, damn. So y'all got daughters. And you mad because, nope. You own Dan versus Peter. But for you, close enough. The one that's two up is where you're supposed to be, boss. They're not the same. And we got to quit trying to justify that. Right is right, wrong is wrong. But you got to pick your own level of right, wrong is wrong, and don't let nobody sway you. Me and my little brother Tommy, we don't agree on a lot of stuff. And sometimes one of us confers to other one. But we stay focused. Yeah, I mean, Odessa, she wrote a book about the what was going on there, but not about being taken advantage of. Well, what, boss? You can't. These one-word answers are killing me. Questions. But everybody writing a tell-all book about something. But I could have missed it. Has he ever been accused of messing with underage girls? I ain't heard it. I'm thoroughly confused about this whole little thing. You stay here for the day, boss, because I only got 30 more minutes, so I don't even want you crossing over. But you're supposed to go to Random Thoughts with DVP. I'm on Facebook Live. Remember, I have a page that you have yet to do a review on. 5 stars. Everybody on this page right here, the one This page right here, y'all supposed to be on the Random Thoughts so y'all can leave me a review and a 5-star rating, because I'm trying to get sponsorship so I can get paid for doing this, and this is all free. Tell your friends. Everybody who's over here, y'all good. That's what I'm telling him now, Odessa. He's on the wrong page. But you're good, Annabella. You said it was freezing on your phone, so that's why I'm doing it from both these pages right now, because I know sometimes people have a problem with one, and I used to do it from all three, but I got in a lot of trouble for that. Now you're on the right page, boss. Odessa inbox him and fuss at him. That's the boss right up under you. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Is why is it we feel the need to try to justify when we got somebody because we like them because they're a musical genius? We don't want him to be persecuted for what he's doing. What's gay? What's gay time? It wasn't for y'all. It was for the girls on the page. Nobody, no dude would have been posted for a minute. I thought you ain't you supposed to be at work anyway? Hey, Mrs. Schulterbrandt, how are you? How are things in the islands? Right, they are babies, but they're legal adults. But R. Kelly's girls weren't 18. You tried what, Kia? Well, you already left a review. I saw yours. Did you leave it as Kia or as your other one? You tried hitting the link to go to the page? Everybody else is over there, Kia. But anyway, I'm going to let you slide today because I only got 30 minutes left. But yeah, so, I mean, and the thing is why justify it? Just everything, I do some things that are probably a little bit shady, but guess what? I don't publicize them. And I don't double talk. I don't do the what I hate thing and then do it at the back door like a certain preacher used to do. Talk about gays when he was living a gay lifestyle. Then prove that he had sex with them before they were legal age. With who? With who, boss? R. Kelly or Hugh Hefner? I'm just saying you can't compare the two. You can compare R. Kelly to Elvis Presley. You can't compare R. Kelly to Hugh Hefner. Many of us want to be Hugh Hefner. Nobody. If you want to be R. Kelly, it's just because he can sing. You don't want to be because he having sex with 16, 15, 17-year-old girls. That was when you come late, you missed everything. You missed everything that happened. They want who bad? Hugh Hefner or R. Kelly? Stay focused. Okay, thank you. But the thing is that some of these women who go into the concert, some of these guys too, they got daughters. So I don't understand how you can promote that behavior. But like I said, we give people a pass who have talent. And that's just how it is. And I don't see that. But yeah, so that's my take on R. Kelly. It's my take on Usher. We talked about sex and communicable diseases. What I want to start doing is I'm gonna close the show out with Law and Order if you guys don't mind. Right, as long as we entertain, we seem to just forget other stuff. I'm not saying that, Chuck. I'm saying that people who, in one instance, complain about sexual predators or talk about how people are taking advantage of our girls, then you pay the same guy that's doing it, then yes, you condone what he does. There's no way you can complain about older guys grabbing young girls and taking advantage of them, but then now you're paying a guy who does this, and you're okay with it because he sings you right before he does it. That's what I have an issue with. What you do is on you. Like I said, I will give R. Kelly his credit. He makes great music. I will give R. Kelly his credit. I will listen to his music. I will not pay for his music. I will not pay for his music. I will not promote his music on my page. You won't hear it in the background the time I'm doing the show. Not one. And, hey, one of his songs was my theme song. I'm a Flirt. I like the song. think it's a great song. I'm not paying to sing. Now, if my boss tell me I got to go do a detail and protect him, my boss is paying me, but I'm not buying anything that's R. Kelly. I don't want one of his free T-shirts. I don't want that. I'm gonna go there and do my job and go home. That's what I get paid to do. But yeah, Tommy, if you go see him knowing that you got 18 and Alyssa, then yeah, you part of the problem. So don't go and let me know, because you don't like sexual predators either who prey on young girls. So quit playing. Block these calls and still keep trying to come through. But yeah, so don't forget, tomorrow I'm gonna be at Sliders, 4595 Jonesboro Road in Forest Park. I'm gonna probably go live with it, but I'm gonna be on the He Said She Said with Tina Bridges, who does great things. Speaking of great things, y'all know I'm gonna start doing a Law and Order series. Just like with this, I'm gonna need you to inbox me stuff, questions you got about legal issues. And right now, I'm only good at Georgia. I can do some research about other places. I never worked there, so I didn't have to sign a confidentiality. I never worked for him, so the confidentiality agreement was mine. And I ain't said nothing bad about him. I said what's public knowledge. That's all. So I'm clear. I talked to the lawyer before I did the show. Tomorrow, I'm going to be at 4595 Jonesboro Road, Forest Park. Twitter too. He said, she said. I'm going to be the he in the He Said, She Said. This is part of my continuing growth movement. I'm going to be doing the All White Affair Sunday, the Hank Stewart event. I'll be doing some modeling there. I got a photo shoot Sunday. I know 3 magazines will be there. I'm not sure which ones I'll be in. I'm a print model now. Like I said, I will post pictures for you guys to see in the interview that I did with a magazine. I have a couple of, I'm in consideration to be a brand model for a couple of designers. So hopefully that'll work out well for me. And I'm gonna try to do this acting thing. You know, hopefully my boss will support me. And we're trying to get some things situated. You guys will know. But what I need for all you guys who are still here, if you have a black business, my niece is not here. Let me know. I need to put you in the Black Business Network so we can start supporting each other. But make sure you got a good product now, because if you got a crappy product, I'll call you out on that too. I'm gonna call out one of the businesses next week who I tried to do business with, and they've been giving me crappy service. So we're finna have to go to court. Gave them my money, and now they not, they're not doing anything they told me they were gonna do. But I tried. And don't mean I'm gonna give up on them, it just means I'm gonna give up on that one. So what else did I need to tell you guys about? We talked about R. Kelly, we talked about STDs, we talked about the Texas scenario. Hey, Olivia. Yeah, you know you did. It's 7:30. It's almost 7:40, Olivia. You're on probation. Like I said, if you guys got something you guys want to talk about next month, I've been fussed at. We are going to get into the 5 love languages. I'm going to incorporate it in the shows. I don't think I can do all 5 of them in one show, so I think I'm a. Tommy and Trina, I'm gonna need y'all to. I'm gonna block y'all. I think I'm gonna incorporate the 5 love languages over a couple of shows, and then I'm gonna do a show and wrap all of them up, because I don't know if I can do all 5 in 2 hours with you guys, because sometimes y'all on a different level, which is so cute and comical to me. Tommy, Trina, do I need to put y'all in timeout? Only 4:30. Where you at, Olivia? That is 4:30. You in Cali? Cause y'all 3 hours. That's 3 hours. Was it? Yeah. Where you at, Olivia? Look at that, Varshay on the right page. Yeah, I'm out to block y'all. It's 7:40. Like I said, anything you guys want me to talk about? See, when the feds come to the page, please, please tell me that you didn't talk about the celeb who allegedly has herpes. You know. Boss, I only talk about things that are public knowledge. I never discuss things that I've signed off of about. Just things that are public knowledge, boss. You know what? I'm going to sign off early because I can't with none of y'all. I cannot at all. Trina, Chuck, Odessa, boss, I'm blocking all y'all. Here come the FCC. Here come the feds. Because y'all selling babies during this show. Let me do my IMF. I have no knowledge of anything. All this is going to self-destruct in 5 seconds. Y'all guys make me laugh. Y'all hilarious. Boss, I need to talk to you because you slacking. Kia, I'm not sure where you are, but you called me after the show. I have some thoughts on the you guys seen the lawnmower incident? I'm gonna talk about that. I may do a special show on that one because it's probably gonna be something that come up before Wednesday. But I've got some additional information. I want to talk about that, and I'm gonna go ahead and start the Law and Order. I'm the ringleader. I'm the talent. Remember, y'all doing stuff behind the scenes that don't involve me, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hence the halo. I've had a good time for the little time that y'all let me be in charge. I see y'all are taking over now. If it's something you guys want to talk about, once again, feel free. Feel free to inbox me. Me and my management team will get on it, and we'll make a discussion about it. I won't name you, Doug, boss. I won't say where the information came from. I'll give a scenario, and we'll talk about it. I'm gonna talk about. I'm going to give you the scoop because a lot of people don't understand what cops do and don't have the rights to do. Don't let Law and Order is a pretty good show, but don't let it get you confused. Some things they do on Law and Order are not acceptable. So I want to update you guys on that. Jason, don't forget to shoot me your phone number. Inbox me your phone number. Because I got some things I need some groups and subgroups. We need to put out some good information. Scott Farron, what's happening with you? I'm not going on a hunting trip in the middle of nowhere. I'm scared of lions and tigers and bears. Oh no. I've enjoyed this. I really have. Like I said, my plan right now is to be here next week. If too much happens, then I won't. But the plan right now is to do that. I do. Hey, Sean, I told you, Liv, you got to send me enough. You caught me when I was really, really busy. I was supposed to send you some poetry. Yes? No? Yeah, hit me later up, Tommy. Olivia, just since I forgot. Sean, I'm still waiting on that photo shoot. What's up? This weekend is bad. I'm doing the Dwight Eubanks thing. Y'all just done kick me to the curb. I'm tired of getting cyber quit without knowing. I'm finna start getting rid of all my cyber girlfriends. Y'all ain't treat me right. Yeah, shoot it to me again. My computer's up. I think I told you my computer went down, but it's back up now. So I'll shoot you a couple of things. Tell me what kind of poetry you like too when you send me the inbox, and shoot me your email again. I could probably look it up. I'm lazy. I'm honest, and now I'm in trouble with my boss for something that I didn't even do. It's 7:45. I'm kind of hungry. And y'all are kind of special. I got 2 things planned. Let me get this. Oh. Check this out. Y'all know the show is on Facebook, right? Facebook Live, Random Thoughts with DVP. It's also on YouTube. So when you get a chance, if you like that page too, like I'm doing, help me out with my free promotions so that I can get a studio and some admins that help me to read questions so we can get a bigger thing, so I can get an audience. Because I want to get into some financial development with you guys. Some I what, Sean? Yeah, well, she asked me for some because I want to play some, but I heard that Facebook was shutting down live pages for playing music. And most of the poetry I got is set to music. So I didn't want to get shut down just yet. But I think I'm gonna push the envelope. But with all the stuff that Facebook just hired like a ton of people to check on Facebook Live feeds now because people are doing all kind of crazy things. Oh, speaking, did y'all see the one where the 5 kids in Florida watch a guy drown and they Facebook Live the whole thing and they go do your thing, Olivia. I want you to stay in shape. And they videoed the guy dying and they were actually talking to him, dude, you're gonna die. No, we're not gonna help you. If y'all seen that? That's crazy. 5 kids. They videoed this guy drowning in Florida. That's gotta be the craziest thing ever. And then the girl in California who was Facebook Live when she crashed and her sister got killed in a wreck, and her sister's head is like split open, and old girl is still Facebook Live. That is the wildest thing ever. I'm gonna probably do a show about how Facebook Live is gone. It's a great tool for cops now because people are doing the craziest things. But it's made some people go way off with the deep end. Well, I gotta have on pants. Oh, I do have to wear pants to a live show. I'm gonna have on pants tomorrow. And I'm gonna brush my teeth because then it will be live. All right, anyway, I ain't got time to play with y'all no more. Sean, when you gonna take my picture? And I get to be rich and famous now. I'm act like I don't know you. Who do? Yeah, right. Well, and some people just, I don't know. You know, it's like people who say, "Oh, you can't play these games on Facebook because they're gonna steal your information." Well, Facebook got your information anyway. Stop sending me videos. Stop sending me videos. If you can't post it, unless it's porn and it's you. If you can't post it on my page, don't send me nothing telling me I need to share it with everybody. Don't send me nothing telling me Facebook is blocking them and taking it off. If you can't put it on my page, who cares? Stop sending me stuff that I'm special. If I'm your brother, I'm going to send it back. I ain't got no 8-ball pictures. I'm not doing none of that crap. Change shit. It's nix. If I ask a question on Facebook, that means it can be answered on Facebook. You don't need to inbox me no answers. If you're afraid that if you inbox me, somebody going to see that you talking to me, then maybe you shouldn't follow me. Because if you inbox me and whoever it is that you're worried about seeing it, they see your inbox, they see us inbox, and they think something. I don't have that kind of time. Okay? So stop it. Stop it. All this stuff, Trump is trying to ban this. Stop it. Stop sending me these things. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to start calling people out. But I'm blocking people now. Oh, I love you like a brother. You know, I expect this back, but send it to 8 other people. I don't know 8 people No. Hey, Helena Love, how are you? So I'm confused on why you feel the need to inbox this stuff, because you know, when I do my things where you want to do other people, I do them on the page. You know what I'm saying? It's public. Why do I need to? If I think you this great person, why do I need to inbox you and do it in secret? Who cares about what Trump is trying? Trump got his own set of issues. I got my own set of issues. Trump don't want you to know this. Trump don't want you to know that. They done did this. They ain't stopped nothing. They just had a vote to try to. It's still in the process. Do some reading, people. Do some reading. If you can't read, follow somebody who does read and steal from them. I steal stuff from Honey Landers. I steal stuff from a lot of people when I see they posting relevant stuff that's factual. They cut down on research. I do a quick thing and make sure, okay, that sounds good. Let me just steal that and put it on my page too. But all this other stuff, this super secret stuff that you feel the need to inbox me about kidnapped kid, you got to spread this around. The media ain't saying nothing about this. These kids were kidnapped 4 years ago. They were found. They were kidnapped 4 years ago. They were found more than three and a half years ago. This is whole news. Quit sending me this crap if you're not gonna investigate it. Go through Snoops and you'll find out what a lot of rumors are. But just Google something before you send it. It'll tell you if it's relevant or not. Some of these videos y'all post from 2012 acting like they brand new. If video tells you it's from 2012, all you gotta do is look at it. Reading is so fundamental. It's so fundamental. Brenda, stop playing. You can't see below. You can't. This is all you can see. I'm covered up everything you can see. Y'all. Man, all y'all need to go stand in the corner. Um, but yeah, that was my random vent because I'm so tired of these inboxes. Oh man, send. I hope I get this back too. Well, send it back to your damn self. Don't keep sending me this crap. I don't care. You know, you ain't sending me nothing about Bernie Sanders talking about the new health thing, which doesn't affect me because I got my own. But that's something that can be shared. If you're gonna send me something about somebody, these are the people. Oh, that's a stop. These are the people who I follow. D.L. Hughley. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna have on pants. You want? Do you, Brenda? Would you like me to wear a bow tie, or would you like me to come casual? Why would I wear pants in public? There's too many fast women out there. They trying to take advantage of this innocence. I can't have that. My mama would not be happy knowing that I was taken advantage of, led astray, run amok, bamboozled, hoodwinked even. Y'all are hilarious. Yeah, well, you know, like I said, I've been rushing, and I like the bow tie, which is why I like doing Dwight Eubanks photo shoots. It's a grown. Okay, for you, Bruno, I'm gonna wear a bow tie. Now, if it's 100 degrees now, no. You imagine I can say what with a straight face? I am innocent. Y'all are killing. Why do you think? Look at this. Now I'm gonna get close for y'all to see this. Now, see how white that is? That's for the purity of my system. When I know things that aren't pure, it's because I stayed at the Holiday Inn Express last night. You, what I mean? Oh, cause you married, you can't take advantage of me? Yeah, LOL. You might try to have one of your friends do some unscrupulous. See, I know big words too, but I read a thing that says the smarter people are messy, they curse a lot, and they do something else. I'm gonna post it. I think I'm a smart people because I curse a lot. It's 105. Well, that went to Vegas trip. So if I come to Vegas now, I want to go see Blue Man, and it's another thing I want. I want to go see Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil. You got me, Olivia, because you're in Vegas. You got me. I don't gamble, and I don't drink. All right, it's 7:51. I've been trying to get away from y'all for the past 12 minutes because y'all corrupted me. So that's what's up. It's 7:50, 7:52. I'm tired of drinking water. I was being healthy this week. See, it has no bubbles. That means it's not liquor because nobody will send me tequila because y'all hate me. And, you know, they say hate is a strong word. I'm looking at the screen. What are you looking at? Oh, that's you be asking a bunch of questions. Sean, let me know. This weekend, like I said, this weekend is bad. Anyway, I'm going to keep you guys up to date on the pictures. I tell you, I'm in a print magazine. I'm going to send you the cover. I'm waiting for the digital thing to come down where you can see the interview. Why I gotta be corrupt? Y'all do realize I can see this. I prefer to be talked about behind my back. I'm old fashioned like that. Okay, can we do this behind my back? And I'm not finna turn around. Alright, but hey, it's almost that time. I need two things. I need for y'all to, if you haven't liked the page and written me a review and left me these many stars, and if you do that. If you like the show, you know, tell a friend. Ask them to come watch. Ask them to leave a review. You know, give me a shot. My goal is to get 1,000 likes and 250 reviews with 5-star ratings. More is better, but you know, I'm looking at what some of the people say that they want before they start giving out before they start paying you for this, and you know, giving me places to go live. Okay, so I got a couple of things out for admin people. So when I go live, because somebody will have to read the screen for me when y'all do the questions. Because once we use a camera, of course, it won't be this close where I can read. And I am old; I can't read from way over there unless they got a big monitor where I can see the thing. But don't forget to check me out tomorrow from 12 to 2. I'm gonna see how it goes. I may try to go live from. I'm not sure where I'm gonna go live from. If I'm gonna go from my page or from here, but I may try to go live. But if you're out and about, if you're in the metro area, metro Atlanta area, I'm gonna be at Sliders which is at 4495 Jonesboro Road in Forest Park. I'm going to be there with Tina Bridges. She does good things. I support some of the things she does. She has a perfume out. Brenda tried the perfume. Wear the perfume tomorrow, Brenda. See if I can smell it, and I'll tell you what I think about it. It's a perfume for us, so it's for ladies. If you're interested in that kind of thing, which, you know, y'all should be. Remember, though, in closing now, ladies, and I did this a long time ago, if your man won't kiss you in certain spots, if you're putting alcohol-based perfume on there, you're telling him that that's not where you want to be kissed, so wait a two. Sometimes perfume is not the right thing to wear when you want to be extra, extra intimate. I got that from Holiday Inn Express. Now, this is not from personal knowledge. I saw this on the video of Holiday Inn. So sometimes you want to do the natural oils that smell good. There's something in my earpiece. You want to do the natural oils that smell good, because when a guy is kissing you, according to the video I saw, if he hits the alcohol with his tongue, it's just driving him crazy in the wrong direction. All right, so that's my tip for you ladies. I'm tired of y'all pushing me toward this X-rated show, but it looks like I'm gonna have to give in and do it. I just need the people to interview, because I don't know anything X-rated, because I don't get the X-rated stuff at the Holiday Inn Express. Odessa, can you stay focused for just 2 more minutes? I'm gonna sign off early just for you. 2 more minutes. But I will see you guys, like I said, tomorrow if you're free. Sliders, 4495 Jonesboro Road in Forest Park, 12 to 2. I'm gonna probably be there around 11:30 to get situated. Ask my assistant what, Odessa? I have a management team who distracts me too. I ain't got 4 minutes. I'm not gonna take 4 minutes. Can I drink my water in peace? Dang. Slave drivers I gotta deal with. I enjoyed myself, so y'all know what it is. 6 days, 22 hours ish. I'll see you guys again. But I'm gonna start doing the little quick snippet videos. I'm trying to get the practice on that when I see little things. And I think that's what I'm gonna do with the Law and Order stuff. I don't want to talk for 2 hours about it. Well, for the After Dark show, it's just find the time that you guys want to do it. That's compatible. I just need to, I'm gonna get management to put up a little poll to see what time everybody think is good, what time and what day. Because I'm thinking on Friday and Saturdays, ain't most of y'all out somewhere doing things that y'all ain't got no business doing? Y'all not like me studying and becoming well informed. Y'all are doing like X-rated kind of things that if I don't stay at a Holiday Inn Express, I won't know anything about. So Sean hit me up, let me know about the photo shoot. Boss, I need to holler at you. Jason, I need you to make sure you give me a phone number. Isabel, I need to talk to you because you're doing a radio show. And you're at home doing freak research. Okay, on that note, y'all know what it is. Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. Until next week, I cannot even play with y'all. You're supposed to be studying right now, Brenda? And what are you doing? Brenda, don't answer that. Don't answer that. You probably think you're grown. I don't want to know. But, okay, but around when, son? I mean, I'm thinking that most people are out doing dirty stuff. Why would they want to hear my dirty thoughts that I don't have any of? I'm going to have to find other people to share their dirty thoughts, and I'm just going to moderate. Because I don't know any dirty thoughts. Not a one. Only what I read or see at the Holiday Inn Express. And I haven't been at the Holiday Express in a while. When you let people from the cheats, and I need some sensors to censor who's coming. And I need a button so that everything can't make it. Anyway, peace, popcorn, and chicken grease for the last time. I appreciate you guys for sharing me. Time me, let me in wherever it is you let me in. Some of y'all supposed to be at work. That's not my business. Some of y'all supposed to be doing homework. That's not my business. But y'all know what it is. Questions, comments, or concerns, inbox me and let me know what you don't like about the show, how I can make it better. and let's make this a great show. Because one day, I might just be sitting on a real chair with a studio audience, chilling like a villain, acting like I don't know none of y'all. Alright? That's what Facebook Live will do for you. Alright. 6 days, 22 hours, and some change. Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. Hasta!